Hello Curious and welcome back. There is a buzz again about the conservatorship imposed on Britney Spears. However, such a storm and wave of general commotion has not been seen before. Several years ago, virtually all aspects of Brit's life, including her multi-million-dollar estate, came under her father's strict control. Although she herself has remained silent for a long time, her fans claim that the singer, deprived of the ability to decide about herself, needs help. A Free Britney movement was also formed, which was supported by scores of people, including other celebrities. However, despite this, the situation was not changing in her favour. Now, however, she has managed to get her testimony in court made public, and it has confirmed what her fans have known for a long time. She is going through a real nightmare. But no one could have guessed that it was actually that bad. Deprived of almost all rights, intimidated, ignored, and alone in the mildest of terms she used. What had she revealed? Her words have infuriated literally everyone, and more public figures are speaking about her case again. What did her ex Justin Timberlake say? What other celebrities are supporting her? And will what's happening now finally lead to her release from under that control? Be sure to stay with us until the very end to find out all about the latest news, but before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, turn on the notifications, and subscribe to our channel. As many of you will know, for years Britney Spears has been unsuccessfully trying to free herself from her father's power and the conservatorship imposed on her, which she herself appealed for on the occasion of subsequent visits to the court. However, she has not commented on her situation in public, and most of the information circulating about what she is going through was a matter of drawing conclusions from the information that was partly made public regarding the conservatorship imposed on her. And although Spears was quite active with her social media, her posts raised serious suspicions among many fans. They thought some of the content was a silent cry for help, and others, showing her smiling and dancing, were even considered to have been fabricated. Well, the complete truth probably cannot be reached in this matter, but it is undeniable that the star's supporters were right, claiming she is unhappy and really trapped. Last August, she filed a motion in court to change her conservatorship arrangements and deprive her father of his role in managing her assets. However, the court denied her request in November. Now Spears has once again decided to fight for her freedom. She has asked a Los Angeles Superior Court to end the conservatorship she was placed under nearly 13 years ago. A hearing was held in a courtroom on Wednesday, during which the singer gave harrowing testimony. She stressed that over the years she had been abused, deprived of privacy, and forced to do many things against her will. Among other things, she said that the conservatorship was like violence, and when she spoke about being exploited and profited by those who had control over her, she compared her situation to slavery. According to Spears, her father deliberately created an image of her as an emotionally unstable, unbalanced, confused and tangled, so that no one could question the legitimacy of the conservatorship. She also said that she was forced against her will to take substances, after which she felt bad, and which destroyed her health, and added that her behaviour was partly due to taking them. The 39-year-old appealed to the court for her testimony to be public. The last time she spoke to a judge was in May 2019, at which time the hearing was closed to the public and Spears' words were kept secret. As she has now revealed, in her opinion, no one was listening to what she was saying then. Addressing the judge, she said, and we quote here, "The last time I spoke to you made me feel like I was dead, like I didn't matter, like nothing had been done to me, like you thought I was lying. I'm not lying. I want to feel heard." Later she added that she felt like everyone had ganged up on her and that she felt bullied, ignored and alone. As she revealed, all she wants is to get her life back and be able to manage her own money, to put an end to all this, because her father and everyone associated with it should be held accountable. Britney spoke uninterrupted for over 20 minutes, and what you've heard now is just a small part of what she said in the courtroom. We'll tell you more in a moment, so make sure you stay with us until the very end. Millions of people shocked and saddened by Britney Spears' situation agree that the place the star has found herself in is hard to believe at all. And it's no exaggeration to say what is happening to her in life sounds like a scariest and darkest movie scenario. Spears has been called the Princess of Pop for a reason. Her work has enjoyed great triumphs over the years, and Brit herself is considered a pop culture icon of the late 20th century and is counted among the artists with the most music awards and records sold worldwide. We are unable to summarize all of her accomplishments in this episode. In short, Spears is considered one of the most important people who defined the millennial generation. She started at a very young age, still as a girl whose business was taken care of by her parents, mainly her father and managers. She grew up success after success, which led to the fact that around the age of 20, she was already one of the most powerful people in the music industry that the world saw at that time. A great career and fame paid for by hard work, personal problems, a difficult relationship, divorce, and being under constant fire from the press and media had tragic consequences. In late 2007 and early 2008, Britney suffered a nervous breakdown. Aggressive behavior on the streets, shaving her head, the whole world watched her mental health crisis. She was hospitalized at the time, and shortly thereafter her parental rights were suspended. Sole custody of Jaden, who was 2 at the time, and Preston, who was 3, were handed over to her ex-husband Kevin Federline. Eventually it came to the point where she lost control of her life. To make a very long story short, in 2008, her father filed for guardianship and the court agreed, finding that she was unable to manage her own assets and make responsible decisions related to business and personal matters. As a result, her temporary conservatorship was ordered, and her father, Jamie Spears, and lawyer Andrew Wallet became the primary guardians of the then 26-year-old Brit. When Wallet resigned from that position, Jamie oversaw his daughter's finances alone. The temporary guardianship proved to be endless, however, and has continued uninterrupted for 13 years. The story is long and has had several twists and turns. The team of legal guardians expanded, and in 2020, Judge Brenda Penny additionally appointed Bessemer Trust to oversee the star's estate. The information about the guardianship that has leaked into the media over the years has sounded very disturbing. Fans of the star had long claimed that things were going very wrong in her life. There was also a buzz about the Free Britney movement when a huge number of people began to loudly appeal and fight for freedom for Britney. The initiative was also supported by other celebrities. It is worth mentioning that at the beginning of this year, a documentary devoted to her life, Framing Britney Spears, was released. The material touched upon many issues, including the singer's huge exploitation by her greedy parents and producers, her constant life in the limelight, mental health problems, and legal incapacitation. The documentary showed the tragedy of her life and touched millions. Many felt that the entire world owed Britney an apology, led by her ex, Justin Timberlake, whose behavior brought down an avalanche of massive heckling on her. Without unraveling the issue, Timberlake eventually issued a public apology. We don't want to repeat ourselves because we've covered the topic of Britney's conservatorship and related actions under the name Free Britney more than once and tried to keep you up to date. Therefore, if you want to recall all the details, we refer you to our playlist dedicated to Spears, the link for which is just displayed on our screens. As it turns out, however, despite the fact that especially in the last 2 years Britney's cases has been very high profile, not much has changed for her, and her hands are still tied. Her dramatic confession a few days ago shocked literally everyone. In addition to what we mentioned, earlier from Britney's mouth came the words, and here we quote, "I'm not happy, I can't sleep, I'm so angry, it's insane and I cry every day." The most common theme in her testimony was that of her father, who has taken away the remnants of her freedom in recent years. For example, Britney mentioned that she was forced by him to work even when she had a high fever of 40 degrees. Here let us quote an expert. "I can't allow my ignorant father to do that to me. The control he had to hurt his own daughter, he loved it. I worked 7 days a week. It was like sex trafficking. I didn't have a credit card, cash, or my passport." She also complained that while she had done nothing to justify such treatment, loved ones had done nothing to help her. Appealing to regain her alive and access to her money, she added that she wanted to be able to sue her own family for the harm done to her. Of the many shocking statements made by the singer, the huge and perhaps most controversial was something about her being forced to use contraception. It was her complete lack of control over her own body that greatly outraged the public. As she said, she would like to be able to marry her boyfriend and have a child. However, because of the conservatorship, she cannot do that. She was deprived of the opportunity to become a mother again when she was given a special IUD, and she added that the probation officers do not allow her to go to the doctor and take it out. According to the court agreement, her father can make all decisions on his daughter's behalf, including medical decisions. There is much more to say in light of recent events, but we've tried to bullet point you the most relevant information. Thanks to the fact that Britney was able to ask for her testimony to be made public today without any speculation, everyone knows what her situation is and where she stands on the matter. The 29-year-old wants to free herself from the oppression and guardianship imposed on her. Why did she keep quiet for so long? As she confessed, she pretended that everything was fine and hid what was happening behind closed doors because she was afraid that nobody would take her seriously. The reason was supposedly because she herself did not believe when her former colleague publicly told her that she had been a victim of violence by one of her private schools. Here we quote, "To be honest with you, the Paris Hilton story on what they did to her at that school, I didn't believe any of it. I'm sorry. I didn't believe it, and maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying, she's got everything, she's Britney Spears. I'm not lying, I just want my life back." Since Spears' latest testimony in court, the Free Britney movement has reignited. It is literally boiling online, and there are even street protests by her fans who want to see Britney freed from her toxic father. The singer is getting public support from complete bystanders, shaken by her story, supporters of the star and others in the industry. Her ex-boyfriend, Justin Timberlake, was quick to speak out on the matter, writing on his Twitter, and we quote, "After what we saw today, we should all be supporting Britney at this time, regardless of our past, good and bad, and no matter how long ago it was. What's happening to her is just not right. No woman should ever be restricted from making decisions about her own body. No one should ever be held against their will, or even have to ask permission to access everything they've worked so hard for." He also declared solidarity with Britney on behalf of his wife, Jessica Biel. Writing on his social media, he posted, "Jess and I send our love and our absolute support to Britney during this time. We hope the courts and her family make this right and let her live however she wants to live." Many celebrities have already spoken out in support of Britney, including Miley Cyrus, Khloe Kardashian, Mariah Carey, and Halsey, among others. And with that the word has heard this time around, it doesn't seem like the situation will die down anytime soon. And what do you think? Will the public testimony finally lead to something finally changing about Britney Spears' conservatorship? Do you think the recent events are a chance for the star to get her money back and her right to self-determination? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.